January 30, 2024. This is the S&P 500 E-futures mini on the 2000 tick chart using the NinjaTrader 8 platform. This is what the chart looked like today. It was pretty much in the giant range. Well, maybe not a giant range, but it's about a 14-point range roughly. And it was very, very slow price action. There was one piece of economic data that came out at around 7 p.m. Pacific Standard, which is about right here. This is the consumer confidence and I guess the job openings. Tomorrow should be a little more volatile because in the pre-market there's going to be some non-farm payroll stuff coming out, and more importantly, the FOMC rate decisions coming out at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard, and Fed chair will come out to give some color around 11:30. So that's probably going to have a lot more volatility. Today was a rather slow day, similar to yesterday. I took a total of 2 trades. One of them I kind of bailed on, break even, and then the other one was profitable. There weren't too many setups that I could find. I'm going to go through the trades now. So in the pre-market, prices were, well, just looking at this, I could tell in the pre-market there wasn't that much price action because this is right around 5 o'clock Pacific Standard to about 6:30. So this is an hour and a half or 90 minutes, and there's only this many candles. So in the pre-market, it looked like prices might have been starting to trend down, but it was finding some kind of support here. So it starts to open. I drew this green channel going up. You technically have a, well, if you started from here, you'd have a first entry short, second entry short, technically a third entry short, but I count this as a localized new low. So it's first entry short, and then this looks like it might start off with a second entry short. It does, but it's just too congested here. You have a new high here, first entry long. And here, after this congestion and meeting the same support, and it finally proved to be a true first entry short, second entry short, I kind of saw the same thing here as a new high. It's a first entry long, pullback, second entry long. The thing here was this isn't a very good setup, but I took it. And so that's why it's boxed. You're going to see. I thought this was kind of like the signal bar. I thought I was seeing, this triple top and it was going to break through like this one broke through here, but it isn't a very clean setup. So when it actually broke one tick above, I jumped in one tick above. But in hindsight, it was kind of a congested area, and I didn't quite see this range initially. And so what if I did, and I think I thought about it more carefully, I probably shouldn't have taken this trade. So it starts hopping around. And my exit is actually one tick above these guys. And I noticed it triple tested here, and it didn't break through. And triple tested here did break through, triple tested here, broke through, triple tested here, broke through. I should have stuck with my guns, except if I believed in the trade, except I was questioning the trade. So I didn't really like it. I decided to just jump out break even for one tick just to cover cost commission. So it was like a break even trade. But in hindsight, I look at it, it wasn't really that good a setup anyways. So it should never have taken place. Looked like it would have worked for the scalp though. Prices then continue moving up. It breaks down on this orange channel. There's a new high here. It's a first entry long. It creates a second entry long potential, but there's also a new low here. It's a first entry short. And then here it creates a second entry long. So it's first entry long, pullback, second entry long. I also saw this as a new low, first entry short, pullback. It hasn't yet confirmed a second entry short, but it also could confirm a failed second entry long. I saw this as a triple test push, and so I actually entered one tick below. It's a little riskier, but I did see enough room to get back to the bottom because I felt after the break, this orange channel had made one push up, pullback made a second push up, and this is where it probably pushed back down. So it's a decent signal bar for the second entry short, failed second entry long, potential triple test. I was able to quickly get a quick scalp, and I was actually really lucky because I probably would have gotten stopped out on this candle, if not this candle. Prices then continue moving up, makes a measured move up. After this, I decided, okay, I need to be more careful because I was starting to take very risky trades. You have first entry long, second entry long, but there's no clean setup. It starts moving down on this green channel, and I thought I saw a new low here. So first entry short, pullback. It's about to create a second entry short, and I'm thinking there's a potential trade here. There's a trend line coming down. It's not a very good channel though, because it is rather shallow. I wasn't sure if this was a trading range because I actually had this a little higher at one time. It was kind of like here because I thought it touched better there. So it's in the middle of the range. It's a decent signal bar. I think it's a possible trade if you're more aggressive and you didn't know that this would flash down like that. The prices continue chopping. I actually drew and dragged this trend line down, trend channel down to here. I saw this as an overshoot and then a matching overshoot on this side. It's too congested here. It's just two side by side. First entry long, pull back. This second entry long was a bad signal bar. Prices keep moving. You have a new low here. I have a first entry short, pull back, and this is about to create a second entry short, and it confirms here. So I just marked it, but this isn't a good trade, in my opinion, because this signal bar is too doji. There's no body here. And after this previous candle, try to push all the way through. Had it closed down here, then it might have been worth considering. The problem is this signal bar is an inside bar, and this candle, it pushed all the way down, and then it pushed, buyers brought it all the way back up. So it didn't quite close at the halfway point, but it's getting close to the halfway point. I don't like when it does that, because even though this is a signal bar that's showing potential second entry short, it's not looking very safe. What needed to happen was this had to close lower. This had to be not an inside bar, or at least close more bearish, like down here. Then it would have been more, I guess, giving me more confidence. Prices then continue moving, moves up on the screen channel. You have a bunch of second entry shorts here, first entry short, second entry short. If you took it down here, it'd be first entry short, second entry short, count resets, first entry short, second entry short. Prices then continue moving up. I'm just not too keen on any of this price action. Technically, you have a first entry long, second entry long right here. And this is the first break of this green channel. So it's far from the EMA. You don't really have this trend trading range drawn yet. So this is just kind of in the middle of nowhere. Even though it's a second entry, it's not a second entry that has anything else going for it. Technically, you have a higher low right here, but at this point, I do draw this after I saw this confirm as a trading range. So even then, I wouldn't have felt comfortable taking this trade because there's not that much room to scalp out before you hit the localized top. Then prices reverse. The first entry long, pull back. Technically, I have a second entry long here, but I saw it as one leg pullback, second leg, and then when it flashes up here, it wasn't telling me to go long. So there was, in my opinion, no trade here, or no way to prepare for a trade to go long. Prices then continue moving down. It comes down and touches the bottom of the pre-market lows. So the pre-market lows and pre-market highs are acting as pretty solid boundaries for the trade, for the trading range. It kind of consolidates in this smaller trading range, but I don't see anything that's really that great. Goes back down, pushes up. You have first entry short. Technically, I have a second entry short here, but this is a signal bar here. It's the first break of this yellow channel, so you'd think there would be another push up to test it. So I'm weary of going short, but I'm also not ready to go long yet because it's far from the EMA. Looks like it would have trapped you if you'd gone short or long. So, well, let's say you decide to go short here, you would have gotten filled, and this candle, depending on where you kept stop, might let you survive, but you'd have to play through this chop. And if you decide to go short, first entry short, second entry short, yeah, you probably would have survived. But if you decided a failed second entry short going off of this, it'd be first entry short, second entry short, failure on this green candle, and you took it one tick above, it would have filled you and immediately stopped you out. So it's a little funky right here. I'm glad I stayed out of it. Prices then continue moving. Creates a higher low here because I actually saw this as so this is a new high. It's a first entry long, second entry long, creates a new localized high. First entry long, second entry long, goes back, and I'm thinking this is a higher low. The thing that gave me pause is it's confirming the second entry long visual because it's actually one leg down, push up, second leg down. If you discount all these little spikes and these little corrections, it's just one leg pull back, second leg. The downtrend going, well, after the break of this yellow channel, it already pushed up once. This could be the second attempt up. It already pushed down twice. So this is a higher low confirming the first entry long, second entry long, also the visual first entry long, second entry long. The thing I didn't like was this candle was so strong pushing down, and this one's trying to reverse it. So it felt a little risky. But I suppose you could have taken it if you're super aggressive, but I just didn't like it. Prices then continue moving up. Creates a first entry long again. It's obeying the pre-market high. So I'm pretty convinced that we're just working in this trading range now. But also price action has been very slow. It's been taking like 1 to 2 to 3 minutes sometimes for these candles to close. And it's getting late in the day. It's already 12 o'clock Pacific Standard. So there's only an hour left of trading. So I was just more weary of taking any trades at this point. Kind of chops around, moves up, it breaks out. And I see this as a failed breakout. So it's actually a new low here. It's a first entry short, pull back, second entry short. This ticked one tick above this guy, then flushed right back through. So I saw this as second entry short potential. I wanted this to break one tick below though, if you feel more confident, and it could potentially be a failed breakout. And it actually confirms because there's enough room. So this was a possible trade, but I don't think I didn't trust it enough. For me to trust it or to initiate a trade, I needed this to tick one tick below this guy, because technically it ticked one tick up and then it made a matching low. So if you're more aggressive and you believe that the pre-market range is going to truly hold, then you probably could have put in your entry at the same level here or one tick below, and you wait for this candle to break through one tick below this guy. I would drop in my order at the same lows as these two guys. Hopefully it picks me up without reversing and then continue down. But I didn't do that. Price then continue chopping, and it's kind of getting late in the day now. It's a new low, first entry short, second entry short. This is a better second entry short, but this is already with only 7 minutes left in the trading day. And I thought if this had set up earlier in the day, this would have been a worthwhile trade because it did take one tick below. And it looked like it would have worked, but you'd be hoping it works out in the next 7 minutes. So kind of a quiet day. Tomorrow I anticipate, since there's a lot more economic data and FOMC meeting coming through, rate decision coming through, it will be pretty volatile. So I'm thinking I have to be extra careful because I know those can chop me up, and I might get triggered if it chops me up too badly and I revenge trade. So hopefully that was helpful.